Hello Stampers, Kelly Acheson at stampabove.com coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. I'm super excited to be introducing you to my online class today. I'm going to talk a little bit about that class and then I'm going to show you a beautiful card using a really fun technique. The online class for the month of June, and you can get this whenever, but the one that I'm introducing is the Good Morning Magnolia. This is such an amazing suite of products. So we have the Magnolia Lane Designer Series paper. Beautiful, beautiful paper. Some coordinating colors of cardstock here. We've also got the stamp set and the framelits. There's a matching embossing folder. This is one of our new 3D embossing folders. Absolutely love this. Gorgeous, gorgeous images. And then something that coordinates with this whole suite that's a little different is this balloon punch. So this punch is how they make the flowers shown in these 3D flower images. The online class is going to include 8 different cards plus a beautiful work of art using these magnolia flowers. I know, right? I can't hardly wait to share this with you. So how do you get your hands on this online class? Well, the class is free when you order the bundle from me, and the bundle for this class is going to include the stamp set and dies, the embossing folder, the designer series paper, and the balloon punch or not the balloon punch, and that's completely your choice. If you order all of this with the punch, it's $138. If you order it without the punch, it's $115.50. And if you just like the online class, it's $25. But remember, it's free when you order the bundle from me with these items in it. Now, a couple other things that I thought I might add to this is the beautiful scallop lace ribbon. I would highly suggest that you add this to your order, and a Stampin' Chalk marker if you don't have one, because those are used in the online class, and I think you would really be missing out if you didn't have these items. Okay, enough about the online class. Let's get started and make a pretty card. I'm going to bring in my cardstock layers. Woo, there's only 3 pieces. Holy cow, right? We've got a thick Whisper White base that is 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. So we're just going to fold that and burnish that end. I see that my bone folder has now become adorned with a rhinestone, and isn't that fitting? I think I'll leave it on there. It's kind of pretty. Then we have a piece of Whisper White that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and a piece of basic black that's 3 3/8 by 4 3/8. We're going to do a little bit of double time stamping. Oh, one more thing. I do need a scrap of Whisper White. I almost forgot about that. We're going to do a little double time stamping here. So I am going to take this white layer. I'm just going to grab my snail adhesive, and I'm going to add a little bit of snail to the back. Now I'm going to kind of press my finger into it to make it a little less sticky, okay? Because it's not going to be holding our card together. So I'm going to take this piece, and as carefully as I can, I'm going to line it up so that it is in the center of my card front. That's a little bit crooked, I think. There we go. Okay, that looks good. So it's just temporarily holding this in place. Next, I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus, and this is just a wonderful tool for doing this kind of a technique. I'm going to take one of my stamps and place it right under here so that I have a nice flat surface to ink this up. Now I've put the big magnolia on one plate, and I've got the greeting on the other plate, and I've already kind of putzed around with it to make sure that it's going to be straight. I am going to bring my card in and line it up. I'm lining it up over here on this line. That's how I set this up to begin with. And I'm going to put my magnets in here to hold this in place good. Grab my Memento black ink, and we're going to ink this up. And then I'm just going to see, is that my magnet's going to get in the way over here, so I need to make some adjustments before I stamp. You want to be careful of that so nothing is going to get in your way. And that looks perfect. We're going to press that down good. Now, why am I using the Stamparatus? Well, because I would like this image to be darker, and that's going to require a couple applications at least of ink. And I can do that with this being held in place on the Stamparatus. So this is a great use of your tool. And now, doesn't that look so much better? It's very crisp. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Now, this isn't going to line up quite right. So let's move this a little bit and see where we need to place this. I think about right here is going to work good. So I'm just going to make sure that I have this in here straight. I've got it lined up here with one of the grid lines. And I'm going to, again, oops, don't let your magnets smack together. They'll break. Don't worry, you can get more magnets. But yeah, and they still work just fine. I'm going to ink this up, and we're going to stamp it right up here at the top of our layer, and that turned out great. Okay, now we're ready to do some more things. I'm going to bring in my light and dark petal pink and also my light and dark soft seafoam. And we're going to do a little bit of coloring. Now, we're going to pop this off of here. Isn't that funny looking? Yeah. And I'm going to grab the lighter of the two soft seafoam. I just want to add a little bit of color to my leaves. Nothing too fancy. You can see that I'm just barely brushing these here with some color. And that looks good. Then I'm going to come in with the light petal pink, and I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of color on the Magnolia from the center of the petals out. Just like that. The darker of the two petal pinks I'm going to bring in and color the inside of the Magnolia. And that's as much coloring as we need to do right here. I do want one of these, whoops, leaf images, and I've got that right here. So I'm going to stamp that with the Memento black ink. I'm going to color it in with the lighter of the two markers. Not too crazy, just a little bit of color. And we're going to die cut that image with the leaf die. So I'm going to run this over to my Big Shot, and I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab a couple mini dimensionals to put on the back of this leaf. We're going to set that aside until we're ready for it. Okay, are you ready for this card? Because it is super, super simple. We're going to take the white layer and add it to our black. I see my black layer is just a little bit longer than it should be here. I didn't cut very good, so let me trim that off quick. There we go. That looks perfect. we're going to take that and we're going to add it right back to the front of our card. And the double time stamping comes in. You're just going to line this back up with the images that are run over onto the side. And you'll also notice that I did not color those at all. I did that on purpose. I've only got color on the image that's on this middle white panel. And we're going to put this leaf right over here to add a little bit of interest. And then I've got one more thing up my sleeve. I'm going to take the dark basic black Stampin' Blend marker, and I'm going to get myself one of each of these rhinestones, a small one, a medium, and a large one. I've just colored them with the marker. Now this will not work with regular markers. It has to be a alcohol marker. Grab my take your pick tool and pick these up, and I'm going to add these to the front of my card. A little bit of bling here, just like that. And then what are we going to do to the inside? Well, let's see. I think the thinking of you would be appropriate with the greeting that's on the front. By the way, that says the journey of life is best shared with a friend. We'll get through this together. How many times do you need a card like this at the drop of a hat? And then I thought this flourish would be really nice on here also, just to dress up that inside just a little bit. What do you guys think? Double time stamping. Now, we could have added a third layer on here to call it triple time stamping, and you would simply leave the black layer out, glue the white layer, and then a smaller white layer, all three on top of each other, so you have triple layers, and you would stamp the same way and then pull those layers off and add a layer of black in between all of them. I just love this stamp set. I love this card. It's very elegant. It's a clean and crisp type of card. This is just a nice little introduction to this suite of products, and one of the elegant designs that I've made with this Good Morning Magnolia from the Magnolia Lane suite. So if you guys would like to get this online class for free, remember I've got 8 different cards and a work of art for this online class. These are exclusive. Each one of the cards and the artwork comes with an exclusive video tutorial. There are some written instructions and all the dimensions, all the ingredients in the online class. You can get the class for free when you order the bundle with the punch or without the punch, or you can order the online class for $25. It's your choice. Now, if you would like to order the bundle, you're more than welcome to order it on your own. These are the items that you're going to need to get with or without that balloon punch. But I do recommend the balloon punch. You're going to want it. Once you do that, you just pop me an email at kelly@astampabove.com and I will send you this online class for free. I also do see the orders coming in to my email, so if I keep my eyes sharp, I will see that you have purchased this. Otherwise, you can go to my blog, which is right here. There's going to be a form for you to fill out, and I can order this bundle for you. I'll send you a PayPal invoice. Once you pay that, the bundle will be shipped directly to you. So you order it or I order it. It's completely up to you. It's a little less expensive if you order it because I have to put PayPal fees in here to cover that cost. So let me know if you have any questions. You can click right up here to go to my blog. Make sure you click down here to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You don't want to miss anything I have coming out. And if you pop your order up just a tiny little bit, you can get some rewards from Stampin' Up. And I do recommend the Scalloped lace trim and a Stampin' Chalk marker if you don't have one to go with this class. You will get $15 from Stampin' Up for free. So don't use this host code if your order is bumped up to over $150. If it's not $150, please do use the host code. That really helps me out, and you'll get some special perks from me either way. Thank you guys so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me. Head over to my blog so you can check out all the details about the free online class. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.